Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sigrid and I make videos about books because I love them. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Married to Magic series by Eliz Kova. I read these books in preparation of attending a book festival that will be happening in the DMV area next month. It's called the Imaginarium Book Festival. It's like a romantasy and fantasy book festival, and I do plan to do a vlog since it's my first time going, and hopefully I'll meet some new incredible people and get a chance to read some new authors as well. But let's get into my thoughts. Okay, so the order the Married to Magic series goes in is A Duel with the Elf King, A Dance with the Fae Prince, Book 3 is A Duel with the Vampire Lord, and the final book is A Duet with the Siren Duke. Okay, so let's get started with my thoughts on Book 1. Book 1 is A Duel with the Elf King. This follows a human woman named Luella. She is someone who is into helping people, and she really likes plants and flowers and things like that. So she's pretty much studied almost like a botanist to try to figure out how to heal people with the power of plants. Pretty much the humans have made a deal with the elf world that they can come to the human world and essentially take a person and make them their queen and take them back to the elf kingdom. And essentially it's not a good thing for the person who is chosen, but it does a lot for both of the worlds. Recently, the Elf King has not been given his bride. Essentially, how you can tell which person to choose is that that human will have some sort of magical abilities, and there's no one who is experiencing that. So the king just randomly comes to town one day and he's ready for his bride, and he's like, I'm not leaving until I get my woman. Of course, the main character is chosen and she has to go back and live in that world. I think, honestly, out of all of them, this is the closest to a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I'm not really sure if it is. The main theme of this story is that love is a choice and no one should be like arranged or forced to be married. So essentially, once Luella is there, she starts to look through the diaries of the past queens to see if there's any way that the worlds can survive without having, you know, someone forced to be queen. And so that's ultimately what it is. It's almost somewhat like a mystery. It's actually really interesting. It kept me on my toes. It was really cool. I think I liked all of the characters in this one. I will be ranking this as number 2 out of the 4. I think it was really great, and I ultimately gave it a 4-star during my second reread, but I do think there is another book that I like more. Okay, so next up we have A Dance with the Fae Prince. This is by far my favorite in the series. I actually gave this a 4.75. I think that this was absolutely amazing. This is a Cinderella retelling, which is my favorite fairy tale, so I'm a little biased with that. But it was just so much fun. Like, everything was really good, and it was going to be like a 4.5, but that ending, that is actually when I discovered that it was a Cinderella retelling. The ending was just absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. I love the whole girl power thing. I love a independent, badass female character, and that's what I got in this book. I absolutely am just happy with the way it turned out. Okay, so book 2 stars a woman named Katria. This is a Cinderella retelling. So she is someone who had like a evil stepmother. Her stepmother was abusive and essentially sold her off to a rich guy. Like, she was just like, hey, you can have her, and she doesn't really know what her husband looks like because someone else is like doing the financial part for it, and then they come to collect her, and the caveat is that she cannot look at him. So of course I was thinking that this was a Beauty and the Beast retelling because I'm thinking he doesn't want to be seen because he feels as though he's hideous, and that's not the case. It's something else that's even more important. So the main plot of this story is that she's married to the Fae Prince. It's not a secret. The cover says it all. So the plot of the story is that during this like magical ceremony to give the Fae Prince powers that belong to like ancient kings, Katria ends up stepping in like the circle, and she ends up getting the power instead of him. And he is pissed because he's like, I'm the Fae Prince. In order to be king, I need those powers, so you're gonna have to give them up. So there's actually a current king in this world, and he is essentially evil, and he discovers that the magical powers is in this human. So he's like, I'm gonna go and pick her off real quick so that no one else can challenge me for the throne. And so essentially the entire book is trying to protect her and figure out how to get the powers from her to the Fae Prince so that he can challenge the king and become king himself. Fantastic. Fantastic. The ending in this, fantastic. So obviously this is my #1 ranking in the series. Absolutely love it. Then we have A Duel with the Vampire Lord. This obviously deals with vampires, and I really like how each story covers a different like mythical creature. It's always a human, but I don't really know if the humans are in the same human world or if they're like separated. But in this particular human world, we have Floriane. I think that's how you say her name. I'm just gonna call her Rianne. So we have Rianne. She is someone whose brother is in this like military like thing where they fight vampires. They're humans, but they're in this like army type thing where they actually go and fight off vampires. So her brother has actually been secretly training her to protect herself against vampires and, you know, actually fight them. And so when they do inevitably attack the humans, she is able to go toe-to-toe with the vampire lord to the point where he just kidnaps her because they need a human to open a door that only a human can open in the vampire realm. And so she is there, and they do not like each other. Like, I don't think that this is like yeah, it's pretty much an enemies to lovers because they hate each other. They hate each other's kind. Like, and it's more of a misunderstanding, obviously, but vampires hate humans, and, you know, humans have been trained to hate vampires because of some things. It was okay. I found myself getting a little bit bored with it. So this one is actually my least favorite in the series, but it's still a decent book. It's still pretty good. I still finished it, but I will give this a 3-star. Yeah. The final book in the series is A Duet with the Siren Duke. I would say this is probably my 3rd favorite, although I also gave this one a 4-star. It's kind of tied with the first book, but I do think I enjoyed the first book just a tad bit better than this. So that's why it's in spot #3. This follows Victoria. She is someone who starts off being married to a lighthouse keeper, and he is not a nice person. He actually lied to her when she was 18 in order to entice him to marry her by saying that her family does not care about her. So when she does discover the truth in the beginning of the book, she decides to run away. And the only way that she can survive at sea when she is attempting to run away from her husband is making a deal with the Siren Duke. But unfortunately, she does not know that the deal she is making is to be a sacrifice in 5 years for the Siren Kingdom. So she makes a deal that, you know, whatever he wants her to do in 5 years, she will do it. And so we do get to see 5 years pass. She ends up becoming an incredible captain and just a really strong, cool, you know, independent female, and I really love that. She is also someone who just really swears off love. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't want it. So when she is ultimately called to the Siren Kingdom, she is told that she cannot get connected to anything there because she does have to get sacrificed. So that does include not falling in love with the Siren Duke, which she ultimately does. I thought this was really good. It was pretty good. It was fun. If you listen to the dramatized audiobooks for these, there's sound effects, there's different cast members. It's really fun. It's really fun. I will say the only thing is that during the spicy scenes, the moans are a little too much for me. It's a little cringe. That is the only thing that I would say I don't like about it. But yeah, I think that this was really good. I did enjoy the ending. The book was adventurous, and if you listen to the audiobook, you get to see like the underwater effect, which made me feel as though I was watching a movie that was like underwater. I don't know, I did like this. I do like this, so I definitely recommend this. It is my 3rd favorite in the series. And that is my thoughts on the Married to Magic series by Eliz Kova. If you have read the series, let me know what your thoughts are. Or if you have read anything else by Eliz Kova, let me know if you recommend the other books, because I do have her Air Awakens series and I'm excited to get into that. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!